Hello everyone, I'm Chef Mariano with Common Threads. Common Threads is a national non-profit organization that teaches families and children all over the nation how to lead healthy lifestyles through nutrition education and healthy cooking. Today, Common Threads is teaming up with the City of Miami Beach Parks to bring you another healthy and delicious recipe, the mini pizzas. Follow me in so I can show you how to make it. All right, for this recipe, we're going to use naan bread today, but you can also use English muffins if you'd like. We're gonna use some fresh basil. We're gonna use some crushed tomatoes. We're gonna use some mozzarella, shredded cheese. We're gonna use a green pepper, red onion, and we're also going to use some cherry tomatoes. We're gonna need our chef knife and our cutting board. We're also going to need a pan and a cover. All right, so I already have my pan heating up because while I get my toppings ready, I'm gonna go ahead and put my breads in. And the reason why I wanna put them in is to give them a little toast, okay? I wanna toast them a little bit, okay? And the purpose of that is so that when we start to put our toppings on our pizzas, okay, it doesn't soak in and get our dough wet, okay? So now I'm gonna go ahead and get our toppings ready. So in Common Threads, we teach all of our participants to make sure they use the bear claw. The bear claw is very important because it tucks away our fingers and it keeps it safe, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and use green pepper. In this case, we're gonna go ahead and get our green pepper ready. All right, and what we wanna do is we wanna go ahead and cut it into little pieces. Okay, so I like to clean it up real well first, okay, using my knife carefully. Okay. And we're gonna go ahead and just get our green pepper to a diced size, okay? So let's go ahead and first we're going to go ahead and slice. Remember, always keep your fingers safe away from the blade by tucking your fingers away in that bear claw. Okay, so that's our slice. And now we're just gonna go ahead and dice through this so that we have some diced green peppers. Now let's check our bread, make sure it's not toasting too much. There we go. Let's go ahead and turn this around. That's what we want. We want a nice little toast, and we'll go ahead and continue dicing our green pepper, which is gonna be one of our toppings. Okay. Okay, so there we have some nice green bell pepper, which is going to be one of our toppings. All right, I think our bread is good right there, so let's go ahead and take it off. All right, I'm going to use this plate over here to just keep our breads. All right, in a minute we're going to go ahead and top those. Okay, so now let's go ahead and move on to our red onion. Okay, and for this, we're going to go ahead and continue using our bear claw. Okay, look at that beautiful color that we have. Okay, I'm going to carefully take off this peel because we don't want it in as our topping. There we go. trouble, but I'll get it. There we go. Okay. And there you have that nice, beautiful color that our green onion gives us. And we're going to go ahead and slice first. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and dice. So I'll go ahead and dice the green onion. Okay. And there we have some nice green onion, or excuse me, some red onion. We'll go ahead and put that there as another one of our toppings. All right, now we're going to go ahead and take our cherry tomatoes, and on this one we're just going to want to cut it in half. Just like that. Notice that now I'm using a different technique, which is called the tunnel, or the bridge technique, where my fingers are again away from the blade and they are safe. Okay, and the last topping that we're going to use today is some fresh basil, which is super delicious and super fragrant. Okay, so I'm going to take some of this basil and I'm just going to go ahead and roll it up like this. And I'm going to cut this into little strips, and that's going to give us the little strips that we need for our pizzas. All right, so now we're going to get our pizzas ready. All right, so we have our toasted pizza right over here, or excuse me, our toasted naan bread. All right, and now we're going to go ahead and use some of this crushed tomato. Put some of that on there. We'll spread it out just like that. All right, just like that. You can put more or less depending on how you like it. And we're gonna go ahead and top this with some green pepper. Okay, and we'll put a little red onion. All right, just like that. And then of course, we're gonna put some mozzarella cheese on top of this. Go ahead and sprinkle some mozzarella cheese on top, just like that. All right, so that's one of our pizzas that we have ready. I'm gonna go ahead and place it back in there, and let's get our next pizza ready. And we'll go ahead and put a little bit more, just like this. So as you can see, this pizza that we're making is nutritious. It's super easy to make, and believe me, it is delicious. All right, put some green pepper, put some red onion. Okay. Then we'll go ahead and add a little bit of cheese on this. Now when we get to this part, okay, since we already toasted our pizzas, we want to go ahead and lower, okay, you want to lower your heat because you don't want to burn the bottom of this, okay? So we're going to lower our heat, oops, and then let's go ahead and get our last one, and I want to show you how to make one without. You don't have to always use the crushed tomato. And this one, what I like to do is I like to add the cheese first. Cheese goes on first, just like that. And then we're gonna go ahead and add a couple of tomatoes, just like that. Oops. And then we're gonna go ahead and add our basil. Look at that. That's gonna be super delicious. All right. I'll go ahead and add in this one to our pan carefully, just like that. And then we are going to heat this up, okay, in our pan. And what I like to do is I like to take a little bit of water because we're gonna be using, okay, the steam. Okay, just a little just a little pinch of water. You'll see what it does. Okay, we'll take a little water and we'll just add it right on the sides. Like that. And then we'll cover this up. And that steam is going to go ahead and melt that cheese, and it's going to be super delicious. All right, so while we wait a minute or so for that, I just wanted to remind you, all right, this recipe, you can find it on commonthreads.org, okay, commonthreads.org. You can find this recipe and many others that you can make with your friends and family. All right, so we are using lots of different colors. If you look at our toppings, we have red, we have green, we have purple. Okay, we also use the basil, which is green. So all of those colors actually represent something, because in our fruits and our vegetables that we eat, each color represents different vitamins. So always try to use a lot of different colors so that you can give your body lots of different vitamins. Also, this pizza that we're making here is actually very balanced, all right? You always want to have a balance of grains, you want to have fruits and vegetables, and you also want to have protein. So of course, in our pizzas, we have the whole grain, or the grain is going to be our naan bread. We have the many fruits and vegetables that we put on there. And of course, the cheese is the protein. Let's take a look and see what our pizzas are starting to look like. And yes, they are starting to melt like we want. All right, we're gonna leave them on there just a little bit longer, but that's what you're gonna get, all right, when you make this recipe at home, some delicious mini pizzas that you can enjoy. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll see you next time.